Hello team and welcome back to another entry into my Platinum series that I'm quite clearly putting a lot of effort into. Back when the PS5 launched, there was a bunch of games known as the PlayStation Plus collection. Within these games, I noticed this little beauty, Resident Evil 7. At that point, I had never played a Resident Evil game before, so figured I would give it a try. Not long after the next installment, Resident Evil 8 or Village released, I played through that too. And I really enjoyed both games, but I felt I was missing something. Fast forward until about 4 months ago, I noticed a sale on the PlayStation Store, and lo and behold, a bunch of Resident Evil games were on there. I snapped up Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, and Village for around £30. So I figured why not try my hand at getting the Platinum Trophy on one of these amazing games. And that brings us right into today's video. I looked up the usual stuff for this one courtesy of PSN Profiles and got a swift kick in the nuts by finding out the game needs 6 playthroughs, or 7 if you're a stupid bastard like me. I will explain that later on. A 5 out of 10 difficulty rating, which seems doable for your man here, and a time of around 30 hours. There's also 2 protagonists in this game, Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield, each with 2 playthroughs known as second runs, but we can worry about that later as well. Before we get started, I just want to say there are 58 notes that need to be read over the 4 playthroughs for the Lore Explorer trophy. I'm not going to show every one of them, but just know that as I played through the game, I picked those up as soon as I saw them. For the first playthrough, I just done it unassisted because I knew there was collectible trophies, so I figured a chill run with a chance to refamiliarise myself with the RPD, having played it a while ago when it came to Xbox Game Pass, was the best course of action to see if I can pick up any trophies while just playing it normal. The game opens with a truck driver chowing down on the most rancid burger I've ever seen in my life.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
And he slams into some poor woman in the middle of the road. It was dark, he was probably lost, so you can't blame her. As he's panicking, it turns out the woman has just got a bad bout with COVID and proceeds to try and get a piece of the burger, but accidentally bites the man instead. As this minor road traffic accident is taking place, somewhere nearby we're introduced to our first hero of the game, Leon Kennedy. He is stopped to get fuel, but instead had to dispense some ammo into this guy's skull. Realising the station is out of order, we make a break for the door and we're introduced to our second hero, Claire Redfield. The two of them flee, heading for the RPD in hopes of finding answers, but instead get rammed from behind by the now COVID-infected trucker, causing a massive explosion and the pair to get split up, and we need to go to the RPD for here on foot. It really didn't take long to get the ball rolling, with the first trophy popping literally 5 minutes into the game just for arriving at the RPD. Once we're inside, after checking CCTV, we find an officer and go to save him, but can only manage to salvage the top half. Heading back to the main hall, Leon almost kicks the bucket, but saved by this man, Marvin, and he already seems to know which fate is. Marvin tells us that the officer we just tried to help found a way out and we need to find 3 medallions to open an escape tunnel, so it's time to work through the station, and while doing this I managed to unlock a bunch of the miscellaneous trophies. We're given access to the west side of the building thanks to the knife wee Marv gives us by opening the breaker box. While heading along the hallway, I used the boards I picked up to block a window, which grants the trophy that'll hold them. Further through the station, we find this room that's lined with security lockers called the safety deposit room, and we are able to open some of them just now for like basic stuff, but we need to find 2 spare keys to access the good stuff. Heading across the hall, we enter the west office and stumble upon our first safe. Cracking the code for this awarded 2 trophies. First break-in for opening our first safe, and hip to add squares, as inside the safe was a hip pouch that expands our inventory. In the same office, literally minutes later, I got the trophies customizer for adding an attachment to one of the weapons, and basic survival for combining the 2 of them. As we're heading along the next hallway towards the stairs, some guy broke in through the window, and while trying to trap him in here, we got the trophy Eat This for giving him a taste of a sub-weapon. As we reach the second floor, we enter into the men's locker room and find a dial safe sitting on the shelves. This is basically just pushing the buttons in the right order, but I believe it's randomised each time you find it, so it can take some time to fuck around and find out what the right way to do it is. But when you do it, you successfully get a vault like mine. This gives us one of the spare keys needed to open up some of the lockers back in the safety deposit room. The route to the rest of the second floor is blocked here by a burst pipe, so we have to head up to the 3rd floor where we captured a glimpse of a 4-legged window cleaner. Also on the 3rd floor, we find a spade key, which is used to access several doors, and while opening them all up to create multiple paths, I destroyed the first Mr. Raccoon figure for the trophy Vermin Extermination. Heading through the storage room back up on the 3rd floor, we find another hip pouch before we head into the library. In here, there's a bunch of enemies, and going through the door on the south side of it, we can find a puzzle statue and grab the unicorn medallion that we need. Also in here is a red book. What we need to do is take the red book over to the art room, which is accessed by going through the waiting room with the spade key. We can combine the book and the arm and put it in the statue, releasing the red scepter, and after examining that, we get the red jewel, but that will not be used until much further on into the game. Also in this art room is the weapons locker keycard, which we can take back to the safety deposit room to open the case at the back containing a shotgun and some ammo for it. We head back out to the main hall to put the unicorn medallion into the goddess statue before running up the stairs behind it to get the lion medallion that I missed right at the start because I'm a fucking idiot, and then we put that into the statue as well. With that out of the way for now, it's time to go to the east side of the building when an unexpected helicopter misses the landing pad by mere inches. This then blocks the path, so we have to head down the fire escape before bumping into our new pal player. After a quick riz session here, we find the bolt cutters, which will allow us to get into the west office, but before that, I spot the opportunity to grab another trophy and carve this baldy cop up for don't need no stinking gun. We fight through this office, picking up some loot on the way, including the round handle, and then head back up to the 2nd floor to use it. After turning off the steam, we proceed through when we are met with the previously mentioned window cleaner with his massive tongue hanging from the fucking ceiling like Batman. These things are known as lickers, and it turns out they don't wash windows, they clap your cheeks relentlessly. But we did get a trophy for using a flashbang to stun it. Using that opportunity to run away like a shite bag, we head into the STARS office and pick up some more loot, including a battery. Heading back into the hall, I decide to show zero fear towards the licker. Eventually shooting it as it lunges toward me for the trophy like skeet shooting. It's time to head back down to the records room, open with the bolt cutters, to pick up the detonator and combine with the battery to make an explosive device. With this in hand, we head back up to the 3rd floor storage room to blow up the barrier blocking the statue. Now that we've got access to the statue, it's the final medallion that we need, but we get a nasty surprise from the licker's dad and hastily head to the goddess statue and fire the last medallion in and get the trophy, Path of the Goddess. This underground section starts with this gentleman attempting to murder our beloved Leon here, so with no sweat broken, we end him and continue on to the parking garage. When heading over to the bright red light that always signals the next step in the game, Leon realises he doesn't have the means to escape.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
He's ambushed by this cute little puppy. Reaching for his gun, thinking that all hope is lost, he is saved by a mysterious female figure. This is Ada Wong, an apparent FBI agent who at this point we have no idea why she's here. After following her, she pulls a Houdini on us, so I explore the rest of the jail on my lonesome, and that's when we bump into Ben, a reporter that's been put in this cell because he was trying to expose the corrupt police chief. Oh, he also has the parking garage keycard that we need to escape. He wants us to let him out in exchange for the card, but Leon, being the upstanding officer he is, says he can't until he talks to the chief. Ben backs off, which is a huge mistake. Emphasis on huge. We grab the crank handle off this table as it will be needed very soon. Now we need to find some power panels to open the cell and get the keycard, so we head to the other side of this underground area, put down some rabid beasts in cages and head into the morgue to find the diamond key, and then head back out to the shard which we can open with the crank we just found, giving us access to the generator room where we find a box containing a power panel lying on the floor. We get the generator running to open a door back into the station. This takes us into the break room, another safe room, and in here we find a fuse which can be used to open the shutter which cut the man in half at the start of the game, giving us another path we can use around the precinct. The next thing to do now that I've got the diamond key was to head up to the linen room and grab the other spare key inside this digital safe to grab the last of the goodies in the safety deposit room. Not long after this, I got the trophy bow and apple tip for shooting a grenade that I fed to an enemy. Then back on the east side we can open this shutter with the crank handle, and then in the east storage room we can grab the large gear. Going out onto the roof we find the burning wreckage of the helicopter, and then after this ladder breaks we're stuck with no path around. So we pop down to the boiler room where we can change the direction of the water to put the fire out, and while down here there's another safe room with another key in it, the club key. Time now to go use that, so going back into the precinct we're met with our next major problem. This is the Tyrant, more commonly known as Mr. X. He walks all around the RPD looking for you and he can't be killed. All you can do is run and hide or shoot him in the head a couple times to stun him. I opted to shoot his hat off his head as that's needed for a trophy before opting to shit my pants and turn and run away. I ran straight down to that interrogation room where using the club key we can open it up and find this box. Once this box is combined with the red jewel found in the scepter, It pops open and gives us the star badge. This can be used in the star's office to access the Lightning Hawk pistol. After some more cautious movement, I'll make my way down to the records room to find the car jack. Taking the car jack back to the library, we can lower these bookshelves and move them along to get access to the third floor. This takes us to the clock tower, where the large gear we found is used in a puzzle to effectively break open the cage, which is the second electronic part in it. Now that we've got both of them, it's back to the jail to do this puzzle, which fixes electricity, opening Ben's cell so we can grab the garage keycard. Only problem is the electricity working means all the other cells open too. However, another prime opportunity to cross a trophy off the list. That was for killing 3 zombies at once. Flicking the switch gives us another way out.
Give me a break.
Okay, maybe the cells opening wasn't the only problem, but with peak gaming ability we make it past and back out to the garage when... Having been saved by Ada again, we can use the key to open the gate and get never-ending rain. Ada informs us that Umbrella Corp had a facility underneath Raccoon City and it's accessible via the sewers. After leaving the police station, the road's destroyed, so we head through this gun shop where a very emotional interaction plays out. I don't want to ruin it, but seriously, if you haven't already, go play this. Heading down into the sewers, we are chased by this massive crocodile. We blow that up, and moving further through these tunnels, we discover this crazed scientist, Annette Birkin. She one-taps Leon in the shoulder and does a runner, leaving Ada to go after her, but not before keeping Leon warm by placing her jacket over him.
Back in the car. Back in the car.
We play this next section as her, and there's a trophy for getting through the section with only using the EMF device. That basically means just didn't shoot any zombies. We're catching up to Annette when she goes behind this door, and as we head up, our big pal makes another appearance, leaving me shitting my pants trying to hack the turbine. We make it into this incinerator to grab the bracelet, which would allow us access to Nest, the Umbrella Corp facility, but it's a trap. But with Ada being such a badass, she escapes with time to spare. Before having an accident in the next room, we switch back to Leon and 2 trophies pop. 1 slick super spy for only using the EMF visualizer, and hack complete for finishing Ada's segment. It was at this point I had some time to start streaming again, so the rest of the footage contains all this pish, which I will remove for the next game that I play. By the way, there's a link to my Twitch in the description should you wish to come and see my Platinum Grinds live, so I'll hopefully see you over there. Down in these sewers there isn't much to see, only enemy variation is these big ugly bastards called G-Adults and a chess piece puzzle. Quickly opening this safe grants us Master of Unlocking for opening all safes and locks in the game. While looking for the chess pieces, we can grab a flamethrower. Back up to the puzzle room, follow the clue for where to insert each piece, then the door opens. The power's off, again, so fixing the generator we can go save Ada, is what I would have said if this guy didn't turn up again. Oh, shitters. Another boss fight, and here I picked up the trophy Gotcha for only using the crane once to defeat him. After grabbing Ada, she says it's time to head down to the lab, so we head for the cable car, and at this point here, I realised that I had missed a trophy. So I quickly reloaded a previous save and went and got it. It was for finding a film reel down in the sewers and then finding the hiding place back up in the police station. So after doing that, treasure hunter pop. Also, once you arrive at the lab, that gives you the trophy A Great Need for a Shower. Now down in the lab, we effectively have to move to each area, picking up a clearance chip for the wristband to access the next area. In here, we get another new enemy type, Ivies. Basically grass Pokemon. There is another puzzle where we have to make up a solution. This took me about 15 minutes. Thank fuck. Then we have to take said concoction down to the next level and fight through more enemies, including 2 lickers. Whoa! see it? I could not see it. It's dark in there, man. Leave me alone. Once through that bit and up the stairs, we find the signal modulator and are able to take it back downstairs to turn on the power. After putting the vial into the machine to lower its temperature, I quickly run back to the nap room and turn the power on here to get the last hit pouch for the trophy, a waste of space. Then, back over to use the solution to destroy the vines and grab the next wristband upgrade. Mr. X turns up here again and almost fucks me up, but I managed to wriggle free. The last bridge can now be opened, so we head over there and find the antiviral agent. Upon doing so, we start to leave, but it's just not that simple, and another guest appearance from Mr. Mankey. Annette tries to help us, but that goes down like a lead balloon and he launches her across the room, leaving her no choice but to lower the platform with him and Leon still on it. This guy gets tougher as the game goes on and you encounter him, but just aim for the eyes and he goes down soon enough. As we head back up, Annette tells us that Ada is not FBI, but in fact a mercenary. This leads to an intense standoff, but soon becomes irrelevant as the self-destruct sequence of the labs has started, causing chaos to soon follow.
Take care of yourself, Leon.
With her sacrificing herself so Leon can escape, we head down the lift before catching a glimpse of a familiar face on the monitor. With time ticking, it's time to boost. Heading through more enemies, including another brief appearance for the big fella, we make it to the lift we will use to escape. However, this is Resident Evil, and it's not that simple. 5 minutes left. Running circles around him and shooting randomly felt like I was fighting an uphill battle, so I'll let you in on a secret. As I said at the start of the video, this game took me 7 playthroughs, and it was on my last playthrough that I realised you have to shoot this guy's heart. After doing enough damage, a rocket launcher conveniently falls from above. Wait a minute. I know those ankles. Blasting a rocket at Mr. X is the final blow needed, and we get the trophy in the blink of an eye for defeating him with more than 5 minutes left on the clock. One more quick rocket into these guys at the bottom of the lift and Leon can leap onto the train and get out of here safely, with Claire and this small child. After the credits roll, we are given our score and the trophy A Hero Emerges for finishing Leon's story. I did this next run on standard difficulty for the trophy Sizzling Scarlet Hero, finishing either Claire run with an S rank. Now, for the most part, Claire's A run is exactly the same as Leon, besides a heart key instead of a club key that opened the same rooms, and instead of meeting Ada, Claire meets Sherry, the child for Leon's ending. I also forgot to mention, different weapons as well. By the way, excuse the trophy counter at the top left of the screen. I clearly can't count, and that is totally wrong. The correct one is the one in the bottom right corner. Thank you! The police chief takes her away and leaves Claire left to escape the station in the same manner as before, with the electronic part, but this time to open a gate in the private collection room instead of the jail for the garage keycard. As she reaches for the keycard, the phone rings and the chief is watching her. This is where we shift to Sherry's segment. Straight away there's a trophy here for escaping the room within 60 seconds. It took a couple of reloads, but I finally got it. Finishing Sherry's segment gives the trophy Hide and Seek. Claire then sets off in the direction of the orphanage. Once she finds Sherry in the orphanage, the game plays out the same. Only difference is Sherry is trapped in the sewers instead of Ada. Play through the sewers, play through Nest. Instead of fighting Mr. X at the end, we fight the final phase of the Mankey guy. We get the with time to spare trophy here for killing him with more than 4 minutes left on the timer. Then on the train, Claire and Sherry meet Leon. The credits roll again and we get awarded a Heroine Emerges and Sizzling Scarlet Hero for finishing Claire's story and finishing it on standard or higher with an S rank respectively. Next, I quickly ran through another Leon A run on Assisted to get the trophies Minimalist for finishing the game without opening the item box and Frugalist for finishing the game without using any healing items. I was hoping to get the Small Carbon Footprint trophy for finishing the game taking less than 14,000 steps, but I overshot it because I'm shite, so I started another Assisted run to quickly do that. Then, running it back again, we done another Leon run, this time on Standard, to get the S rank on Standard or higher difficulty. Now it's time for a wee change with the B runs to do. In the B runs, things ramp up a lot sooner. Enemy and item placement is mixed up a bit, so you get some items earlier, but it's pretty much the exact same. We need to do the B runs for 3 trophies. First, in Leon's B run, we destroy the last Mr. Raccoon statue for complete vermin extermination. Finishing either of the B runs gets the trophy Broken Umbrella for witnessing the true ending, which I'm not going to spoil here. And finally, on Claire's B run, we find the last file we need to read for the trophy Lore Explorer. All that remained now was 2 hardcore runs, one with each character in the 4th survivor mode. I started with Leon's hardcore run as I felt most familiar with it. To help with this, I used the unlimited ammo pistol, which is rewarded for finishing the game with an S rank on standard or higher, which we did. Enemies in this mode are a lot tankier and Mr. X moves much faster.
Oh boy.
My confidence was high, which it should have been considering how many times I've played this fucking game now. So I quickly knocked out Leon's hardcore run for the trophy Hardcore Rookie, and that was quickly followed by Claire's run for the Hardcore College Student trophy. By the way, what kind of fucking idiot puts their face cam up there where the trophies pop up? With the main storyline and trophies wrapped up, I just had to quickly run through this extra mode. It's called the Fourth Survivor, and you play as Hunk, a special agent, and there's no pickups in this mode, and the objective is basically play the game in reverse. You have to make it from the sewers to the front gate of the RPD with only the supplies you start with. Some ammo, weapons, gunpowder, heals and grenades. And I'll be honest, I died quite a few times attempting this because inside the police station is just crazy hectic. But I quickly learned that it's best to just run past as many as possible to conserve as much ammo as you can for inside the station and at the front gate. You encounter every enemy type in this mode as well, so it can be a bit tricky. With a lot of trial and error, I managed to make it to the end with Mr. X practically sniffing my bumhole. Run, Hunk! But we got the job done. The Grim Reaper trophy popped as soon as Hunk kicked the gate, and the Platinum trophy popped right after it. If you made it to the end of this video, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I plan on trying a new style of editing with the next video, but any constructive criticism would be welcomed. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks so much again for stopping by. Remember, my Twitch link is in the description, and I hope to see you there. So until then, bye for now.